Oh my god, it's been 15 years of marriage and Toot and I finally have a baby. Thank you so much for the resub, Toot. That, I can't believe it's been 9 months. That's amazing. You said finally we have a baby and one of the cats came up begging for smooches. Oh, she's so angry. I put her crocodile back upright so she can bully it. I also put that tree branch back upright about 5 minutes ago and it's already down. So welcome everyone. I'm giving people a few minutes to come in, but it is not Monday night, but it is Monday Night Crafty Chat. It's just on Wednesday night instead. We had we weren't able to do Monday night, so I put up, and I was originally planning on putting up the podcast episode today, and so I put up the podcast on Monday, and we're doing Crafty Chat tonight. So, it's Crafty Chat. Grab a craft, grab something to drink, do some chat. Or don't. You don't have to chat. You can just enjoy the vibes. Enjoy the tortoise destruction, the lo-fi, the knitting. I'm gonna switch my camera over because there's adorable things happening on my desk as well. This is Binks. Binks requires love at all possible moments. I haven't seen you all day, and the moment Daddy goes live, it's time for loves. Yeah, I know. Binks says hi. So hello everyone, come on in, get comfy, grab something to drink. We're just hanging out today. I've got some knitting to do. We do have the Wheel of Chaos going on today. Just gonna double check that I have set that up. And I'm just realizing that I forgot to set something else up, so give me one quick second. Enjoy this Binks footage in the meantime. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I actually just updated the acronym of the day because that was the acronym of the day from Monday. But thank you, Toot, for pulling that up. Yes, today's actual acronym of the day is DRK. And if you know what DRK means within a knitting context, extra. Dorks really knit close. You got one of the words right. So if you want to mess me up a little bit today, we have the random wheel of whips, which looks like this. It is the 4 current works in progress that I have out. As you can see, I have my Usagi sweater, the stripy sleeves pullover, my field sweater, and my Straya cardigan, as well as weave in ends because I need to weave in ends every now and then, and I don't really want to, but if I keep on top of them, it's good. So you can redeem your Sorry, Binks just messed with the microphone. So you can redeem your channel points to make me spin this wheel at any given moment. Well, there is a cooldown. And I have to do whatever the wheel says. So you can do that. We are starting off the night with my Strya cardigan by Andrea Mowry. This one was in hibernation for a while, but I brought it back out because everything else I'm working on is plain stockinette, and I needed something that was not plain stockinette. Do Redfoots kill? I'm sure they would if they tried. Hi, Moonfaced. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. And thank you, Toot, for that hydrate. Let me do that right now. Yes, Binks is very excited that it is Monday Night Crafty Chat, and her father is a captive audience and can't move away. She's losing her mind a little bit. So we are attempting. I am attempting to work on my Strya cardigan. Now, if you're familiar with this pattern by Andrea Mowry, who's also known as Drea Renee Knits, Binks, please, my love. Binks. You'll know that this pattern is usually worked with a neutral, forming the majority of the cardigan with yeah, perfect. This is usually worked with the neutral forming the majority of the cardigan with colored stripes, the thin colored stripes. However, as you can see, I've done it the other way around, where I am using up as much of my Amigo stash as I can, and I am using that in stripes of varying widths with a white in between, and then the button band and cuffs and hem are going to be white as well. Okay. Yeah, see the people. See the people. Show the people how good you are at cuddling. That's good. See, this is actually something that she started doing, is curling up on my desk. Like, usually I'm not this far forward on my desk. So, but she'll curl up right in this spot and just kind of watch me. Hi, thank you for the kisses. She also likes, she'll sit here, but kind of like facing the other way, because my monitor is here. And she'll sit the other way and watch her Auntie Moon play Valorant. We're just grooming the knitting, grooming the needles. It's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, I know. You're a good girl. You just want to be full of love. Hi. Yeah, okay. You rest there and Father will knit. It'll be good. welcome. Middle of the week. I hope we're all surviving. Let me know how your week's been going. If you've gotten up to anything exciting, everything exciting planned for the rest of the week. We've got a couple more days to go, and then it'll be the weekend. But hopefully by now you've had a chance to relax, unwind, hydrate. The weather here has been all over the place, so I've been in and out of bed. But hoping to get a bunch of stuff done for the rest of the week. We're doing all the regular errands. We got groceries coming in tomorrow, and then stream again on Friday. We're gonna be playing some Yono, so that's gonna be fun. Binks is so cute. I don't really want to try and move her from where she is, because then she'll start just roaming around again. So everybody enjoy Binks while she's calm, because this doesn't happen very much. Yes, very, very rare. I know, but you're a good girl. You're a good, lovely girl. Yeah, oh, sorry, I perceived you. Don't run around. I know, I perceived you. I apologize. So tonight I am working on, like I said, this is the Straya cardigan by Drea Renee Knits. Andrea Mowry, huge designer. If you've heard of the Rhinebeck Yarn Festival, she designs the Rhinebeck sweater every year. Like, just hugely popular designer. This is actually the first one of her patterns that I've made. And of course, knowing me, I made a ton of modifications to it. But I'm really enjoying it. It's my first time doing brioche, and there is a bit of debate as to whether or not I'm actually doing brioche. It's half fisherman's rib, which is similar to brioche. Anyways, basically every wrong side row I just knit across, and then every right side row it's basically purling, basically ribbing, but doing a knit one below. So it takes twice as long. Because each visible row is actually 2 rows. Hi, Minx. Was it not? Yeah, the camera's up there. Camera's up here. Here. You're so cute. Minx, you want to look up here again? She's so cute. See, we perceived her too much. Now she had to move. But now she's settled in her normal spot. You can just about see her snoot. Yeah, there it is, right there. That's her regular spot there. So I'm on a wrong side row right now, so I'm just knitting across. And then, but then the right side has this amazingly squishy, it looks like rib, but it's like even extra squishy. But every one of these visible knits that you see is actually 2 rows. So it takes a lot longer to do. But it creates this wonderfully like plush texture. And it's Hobby Amigo, which is my go-to sweater yarn. Because it's soft, it's versatile. I have tons of it. But I have tons of it in like 1,000 different colors. You've changed into dry clothes and I'm here! Yay! Oh no, were you caught outside in the thunderstorms? I was just talking about how the thunderstorms have been crazy around here. It is so soft and plush. It's so lovely. It's a pretty straightforward cardigan in terms of shape. It'll just be like a nice extra layer to wear around the house. I'm gonna do the button band and the collar and everything in just in white, so I think it'll look really nice. It's looking very like Eastery right now because I started with this um, with the light purple, and I don't have a dark purple, or else I would have started with the dark purple, but I started with the purple moving into the pinks, but then I'll move from the pinks into like a darker pink and then into red and then into orange. So it is going to be a rainbow, but just because of the shades of those colors that I have, it's giving it a very like retro California vibe. I'm really excited to see how it comes together. Rainbow gradient for sure. But because I have a lot of pastels and then like one or two more saturated colors, it's giving like it is a rainbow, but it's definitely not like my usual rainbow vibe. So I'm really excited to see how it comes together. I have a ton of this particular pink. 90s Taco Bell, yeah, pretty much. Or like that like Kodak Polaroid vintage feel. So I still have this much of this particular pink left. I had 3 different shades of light pink. One of them was just a few meters, and I used that in another hat. And then I have this, and then I have another 4 balls of a different light pink. So I'm saving the 4 balls for, because that's almost enough for like a sweater or something on its own. So I'm saving that for like a full project. But even this, I'm worried that if I use the full ball of it, it's going to look unbalanced because I'm right at the top, so the rows are shorter, so the yarn's going further, if that makes sense. Like, it's not taking as much yarn to do a stripe. So I decided that I'm going to knit until I run out of yarn or until the stripe is about 5 inches wide. I think if I let it go further than that, it's just going to look really unbalanced and not the vibe I'm going for. But I will probably still have some pink left, but that's okay. I'll find a use for it. That ball is actually, it's 3 different balls, 3 different partial skeins, magic knotted together and wound up because I have all kinds of things all over the place. Oh, thank you, Moon, for the hydrate. I hope everyone's hydrating with me. And Moon, we are spinning the Wheel of Chaos tonight. So if you have your channel points locked and loaded, you can make me spin the wheel. I thought you might. Moon loves the Wheel of Chaos. Thanks, you want to spin the wheel? You want to talk with Beeples? Binks is definitely the chaos. All right, let's pull up that wheel. Wheel. Da-da-da-da. Stripy sleeves. Okay, cool. This is good. I actually get to show you guys this one. It's been I've been working on it quite a bit actually. Sorry, let me just remember where I put it. I've actually been working on this one quite a bit since the last time I showed it on stream. I'm excited about it. Like, I kind of want to just keep busting through it. It might become a focus whip for me. Like, switch off between this and Straya maybe when I just need something different. Let's see. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Thanks. Can I show off the sweater? Thank you. So this is, if you saw this, if you watched the podcast, which I'll talk about the podcast a little bit more, you did see that I've been working on this. So it is a boxy style drop shoulder pullover. And right now this is looking, just from the lighting, this is looking a little like golden, but this is like a nice dark gray. And then I ran out of yarn, out of this dark gray yarn. So I've started striping the bottom. It is almost ace colors. But then again, I'm doing the sleeves and the collar and cuffs, and it's all scraps from Toot's stuff. There is a bit of blue in the sleeves. So I'm really excited about the way that the body is working up. It's giving me like Zigzagoon, Scene Kid, early 2000s emo vibes, which I'm kind of liking, actually. So these are the sleeves. And I was working on them, and then I cut the yarn because there was just too many strands attached. Too many. And I wanna get the body finish, and then I can like try it on as I go. So yeah, so these are the sleeves. So the sleeves are, so this is Hobby Amigo, and everything I make is Hobby Amigo pretty much. This is Hobby Universe, which is a lace weight sparkly yarn. I don't know how well you can see. Oh yeah, you can really see those sparkles. Binks being Vanna White over here. But you can really see the sparkle in the yarn. So I kind of divided the universe scraps, which were left over from many projects of Toots, into like light and dark, and then I just made a magic ball of them held double, so I have like a vaguely light ball and a vaguely dark ball, and then I'm striping them like this. So I wanted to see how it went, because this is a pattern that I'm drafting myself. I'm just kind of making up as I go, so I keep like doing a little bit, then putting that on hold, and then doing a different bit, just because I want to see how it's working out, how it's gonna work together. So I put the body on hold to start doing the sleeves, and then now I've put the sleeves on hold because I want to finish the body, because once the body is off the needles, I am able to try it on without putting it on try-it-on tubing, and then that'll make it easier to make the sleeves the right length, because I'm doing a drop sleeve construction, which drop sleeves, they start at a different point on your shoulder than other constructions, because it's a drop sleeve, so they drop from your anyway. They just start at a different point, so I don't know the exact length that I want to go to on the sleeve. So I think if I finish the body, then I can try it on as I go and make sure that I'm getting the sleeves to the right length. I think the sleeves have to be 18 inches, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see. And I lost a bunch of stitches off the needles. So yes, so I ran out of this dark gray yarn for the Hobby Amigo. This was actually the very last of it. I weighed it out and everything, like to the gram, how many rows I could get out of it. And then I had Patton's Astra is this black, which is another DK weight acrylic yarn, which is actually slightly thicker than the Hobby Amigo, but it doesn't feel very different in the thing. I think it's just a little bit denser, because the Amigo's quite plush. And then this light gray yarn is now another yarn. It's Patton's Canadiana, which is not technically a DK, it's a light worsted, but I have had the same, it works up to pretty much the same gauge for me, close enough for hand horseshoes and hand grenades. Is that the saying? So I'm doing 6 row stripes, and then I've got 3 shades of this Patton's Canadiana in different grays, light, medium, and dark. So I'm just gonna keep like hopping the stripes. And when I get to the end of the stripes, that should make it pretty much long enough. And then I'm going to go into the ribbing. And the ribbing I'm going to do again in the universe to match the collar ribbing up here. So this is 2 strands of the universe held together. So more sparkle. But this was becoming a bit of a slog when I was just working on the yoke, because it was just stockinette for 12 inches, and I don't do well when I have to knit things to a certain length, because I get very impatient. But now that I'm doing stripes, it's going a lot faster, because it's like, oh, I'll just finish this stripe. Oh, I'll just finish this stripe. Oh, but if I just get to the next row, I can start the next stripe, and then it's just started, and I don't have to worry about it. So it's very rewarding in that way. So if you guys are working on any projects out there, please let me know what you're working on. This is a great time to just chill, craft with some friends. If you don't have a local crafting group, then I hope we can be your local crafting group. Also, don't forget to stay hydrated. And yes, emo zigzagoon is definitely the vibe I'm getting from the body of this, and I love it. Like that, I don't think that was the vibe I was originally going for, but the monochrome stripes with the paired with the bright stripes, I think is just, it's a great effect, and it's very me. It's very cool. And then so I've got so the Patents Canadiana, which is this light gray, and then the next 2 grays I'm going to use. That came in that giant box of yarn that I got from a knitting friend, and I got 2 balls of each, which, so that's 6 balls altogether, and then a bunch of other, and then like one of the green tea heather, which is a lovely light shade of green. So I think and that's another reason that I want to get this body finish with, is I want to see how much gray Canadiana I'm going to have left, so that I can plan what to do with the rest of the Canadiana. I'm thinking of doing, I'd love to do another pullover. I'm thinking of doing Cold Sunlight by Melanie Berg. It's very similar to my Peach Fuzz one, also by Melanie Berg. But it's got like color blocks, but then there's a little bit of color work. It's like a filigree pattern that spans across the color blocks. It's very pretty. So I'm hoping that I'll have enough yarn left to do that. If not, we'll see. This is not discontinued. It's not hard to find. You can get it at Michael's, which is great. And it's a Canadian company, which I love. It's made locally, fairly locally to us, actually. The Patents is manufactured by Spinrite, which is located in Listowel, Ontario, which is the tiniest town in Ontario. And it's always bizarre when people mention going to the Spinrite, like tent sale or something, like it's a big destination, and it's like, you do realize that Spinrite is the only thing in Listowel. It's the only thing there. We have actually been to the tent sale there one time before. It was crazy. I wish you guys could feel how soft this Canadiana is, though. It's so lovely. And it's this is the light gray mix. So the mix is like, it's very lightly heathered, so it's not like a solid gray. Let me see. I want to see if you can see it. Not so much, but there is a little bit of variation in the yarn itself. So these are the three colors I have. You can really see it in the dark gray mix, that like light heather effect. So these are what I'm going to finish off the sweater with, mixing and matching those grays. And they're just so soft and plush. I love them. I love them. So yes, tell me what you guys are working on, or what you're planning on working on, or what you'd like to work on. Let's talk projects, project plans. It's almost a new season. F February is coming to the end, so it's time to make some new plans. Time to get our yarn caught on all of the things. It's time to make some new plans. Set our intentions for the next season. I do have to set up the next round of spreads in my journal this week. I feel like I'm moving towards the end of the in-bulk season and into the austere season. So I'd like to get those set up. And when I set up my new crafting spreads, it's always a good opportunity for me to just kind of like refocus, because I do a recap list of my projects, and because I make it at the beginning of the season, and then as I go, I'm adding and subtracting things. I'm writing in projects that I've cast on and marking off the ones that I finished. So the list gets kind of messy by this point. And it's nice to just start with a nice fresh list. Well, actually, I can show you guys because I have my book right here. This is my crafting log. Let's see. This is my in-bulk spread. I did like a little Dutch door thing. So it just says in-bulk there. And then this is my whips list. So as you can see, like every time I do the little thing, it's like, this is when I finished it, this is finished, this was frog, this was finished, I added this, I added this, I added this. The list got a little bit messy, and then I've got, like, this is everything I've started in this season. This is everything I finished in this season, and then the stuff that I frogged is down here. So there's been a lot of change since I set up these spreads. So it's time to kind of start fresh. And then I do, and then I just have a little space where I can do like my plans and goals, and then any sketches for anything that I'm thinking of doing. Like this right here is actually the sketch for Early's here. This right here is actually the sketch for the stripy sleeves, showing the shape that I wanted. And this is Early. Hi, beautiful girl. So I need to do this again for Astara, because this list is it's getting very hard to follow. Here's actually my page for the Straya cardigan that I was working on earlier. So I set up this spread for every new project. It's got the craft, the pattern, the source, like who it's for, or what it's for, or a deadline that I have for it. This one just says Shreya's fault because she knit fluenced me to start it. When I started it, my gauge, any mods, the needle size that I'm doing, and I also write down the size that I cast on because especially if I'm modifying a pattern due to gauge differences, I won't always be casting on the size that corresponds to my chest size. So I have to make sure I note down which size I'm actually casting on. And then I try and stick in the yarn label if I have it as well. And then I will write down any notes, which I actually need to fill out some notes because I had to remath my my yoke, and then I have a spot for a picture. And if I have fewer notes, then I can do more pictures. You're currently working on a glow-in-the-dark cross-stitch designed by this amazing Envy designer. That sounds so cool. Yes, if you guys weren't aware, I do design knitting, crochet, and cross-stitch patterns. Toot is very subtle, but she's stitched a couple of things that I have designed. She's really enjoyed them. So if you want to check out what patterns I have available, you can take a look at our Etsy shop. Little elephant design. And there will be more patterns coming. I just finished one yesterday. I need to get the PDF formatted properly, run it through Pattern Keeper, make sure it's going to be good for people to use easily. And then it's going to be up on the shop as well. And I'm starting a few new designs. Opie, welcome in, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resub. That is so sweet. I can't believe that you kept your sub alive for the full 9 months. Opie, we appreciate you here. Orly? Yeah, you want to come say hi to Uncle Opes? Yeah. Orly says thank you, Uncle Opie. Yes, thank you for the resub. I super appreciate it. Sub babies for everyone. Uncle Opes is cute. We appreciate Uncle Opes. Yeah. Early and Banks have both come to say no knitting, only love. No knit, only love. Oh, the nickname too, yes. Auntie Moon and Uncle Opes. Opie! Girls, you gonna sit down? No, you're just gonna lean? Yeah, she'll do the long headbutt where she'll headbutt and then she'll lean. Girls, you trying to do a daddy face reveal? What's going on? Daddy face reveal? If you would like a DH face reveal, head on over to the YouTube channel where you can see my lovely face in my most recent video venture, the Cozy Cast. I'm also subtle. Thank you, Toot, for those links. But yes, if you guys didn't have a chance to catch it, Monday night, I put up the first episode of the Cozy Cast, which is my new knitting and crafting and a little bit of cozy gaming podcast. I'm hoping to get one out every other week. I'm trying not to be too rigid with myself, but hoping to get one out every other week with a few other videos in between, just showing my progress on different things and different projects I'm working on and that kind of thing. One idea I had that I've enjoyed seeing from other crafters, but I don't see it often from other crafters, but I really enjoy it when I do. I actually just watched one from Angela of Yarn and Yarns. And if you're sorry about that, guys. Poorly. Anyway. That wasn't a face reveal. That was like a full-on body reveal. That's okay. And she's back. Oh well. What was I saying? Angela from Yarn and Yarns. Great curator. I love her vibe. So if you are... Thank you for the squirrel moon. So if you are a knitter or you're interested in that kind of like crafting content, definitely check her out. And yeah, but what she did was she started a project in January as part of her 12 cast-ons project, but then filmed little snippets of updates throughout the year as she worked on it, and then posted it as like one project vlog. So it was seeing the progress of one project over the course of a year, basically. And I don't see a lot of creators doing that very frequently. Early, you're gonna knock over all of my drinks. But I really like that idea of just following one project kind of from start to finish. So I've started doing that with several of my new cast-ons. Just filming a little bit when I pick out the yarn, casting on any notes, anything like that. And yeah, so keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Some of those will be coming up, you know, probably after I finish the projects themselves. Now I've seen it done with knitting, obviously. And someone who's more familiar with FlossTube might be able to tell me if that's a thing that happens on FlossTube, doing a project vlog, because I am very, very, very close to starting another cross-stitch project, and I'm wondering if people would be interested in seeing a project vlog for the cross-stitch project. And I'll throw this question up in the Discord as well. That's an emphatic yes from Moon. All right. So that might be a thing that happens. Of course, I'm getting the cross-stitch bug again, which these things happen cyclically. So, you know, it comes and goes. Picture a day to show progress would be cool too. Yeah, that would be cool. I might do that as well. I could even do that and include it with some clips of me talking about the progress. That's a great idea. I'm gonna write that one down. Karma, cross stitch. Comes and goes. It comes and goes. Karma, cross stitch. But of course, so we have between myself and Toot and friends, we have quite a large library of cross-stitch patterns, like a very large library of cross-stitch patterns. I would say it's easily into the hundreds at this point. Do I want to stitch any of those patterns? No. Do I want to stitch one of the patterns that I have the pattern for, that I have the materials for, that I have the Ada cut for, that is already set up? No. No, that would be too easy, too convenient. I want to start a new cross stitch because Toot sent me a design that would be absolutely perfect. Why am I calling you out saying that? Look, you do not have the resources, the racehorses that we do. But yeah, so I am going to probably be purchasing a new pattern in the coming days. And kitting that up. I'm hoping it's only 22 colors, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to kit it up from stash at least mostly, and then I'll just like swap out a few colors here and there. I'm hoping. So when I say from stash, we have these threads. And these threads. And these threads. So I should, between all of these, be able to kit up a 22 color cross stitch. Hopefully. But it would be absolutely perfect for a friend of mine. So I might just abandon crafting for myself for a little bit and focus on knitting a sweater for a friend and cross-stitching a piece for a friend. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the problem with Etsy. You can always find a good pattern for something. Etsy is what really refired my interest in cross stitch in the beginning, because the type of patterns you can find, the variety, the subject matter, it's incredible, and it's not what it used to be even like 10 years ago. All right. So I just switched colors because I finished my 6 rows there. So I'm going to do another stripe of the black, and then another stripe of the light gray, and then into another gray. But in the meantime, we are going to switch over. Early, can I have my mouse, please? Thank you. Because it's time for treat eat. We're not doing the treat prediction today. But we do have a lovely little treat for Pow. So if you turn your attention to the critter cam, we're going to do a treat eat for her. I hope you take this time to enjoy a treat yourself, grab something to drink, stretch, just stand up, stretch your back, stretch your legs, crack your fingers. And today's treat is some mango, which she's had in the past and super enjoyed. So we're gonna see how she handles this, even though it's now been body blocked. And thank you to Toot for doing that tree eat. Oh, she coming. No, Opie, it's not cheese, it's mango. I hope your cheese isn't that slimy. Although Pao would probably enjoy cheese. Like I've said before, and if you've seen my YouTube short on it, tortoises will eat pretty much anything they can find on the ground. And they do need protein in their diet. So I'm pretty sure she would go after some cheese. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, mango. So yes, take a minute. Have a snack yourself. Do a little stretch. Or just enjoy Pao enjoying her mango. Oh, she's really going. We do have some cheddar slices we could slap on her. Just cover her and she is the cheese. It's a hat. Or a boat. Alright, maybe we'll do cheese Pao on Friday. Yeah, she's really going for that mango. I love when she does the little neck stretchy. Like, I can't move any closer, but I must eat. Nom, 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 nom. Yes, her beak is really quite sharp. And she does a good heckin' little chomp. If you ever if you keep a tortoise yourself, you might know that their beaks are quite sharp. We do give her like the slate tile that she eats on, and other rocky surfaces to keep it kind of filed down a little bit, or else it will overgrow. But her beak is actually sharp enough to snap bone. So we joke that she's in her enclosure not to keep her safe from us, but to keep us safe from her. We don't let her have unsupervised playtime with the cats because she could hamstring them quite easily. So for the sake of the cats, Pao is heavily supervised. Yes, her beak and her little tiny claws will keep growing throughout her life, and they do keep it filed down, much like cats do. How they, when they're clawing at things, that's how they're keeping their claws kind of in check. So that's what she does. So give her just basically rough surfaces to rub against, and she'll keep her claws and her beak in check. And yes, she knows I'm talking about her. Pao is definitely our little mistress of chaos. I know that some people who keep tortoises, especially sulcatas, let them free roam the house. I would be so scared of the property damage. Like, even if I didn't have the cats as well, I would just be so scared of the property damage. Just big old bulldozers. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm never quite sure how they manage to do that and keep everything clean. I think birds are usually pretty good about going in their enclosures. I don't know about rabbits though. But definitely like the chewing and the scratching. But you know, we have 407 cats, so who are we to talk? How you can stop looking me dead in the eye. Thank you. That's what I do. I give you a ha and a hey-ya. And I know some people, I'm thinking of Bob Bledsoe from Green Room Pythons, lets his ball pythons free roam as well, which I would just be too scared I'd lose them because snakes are so good about getting into tiny spaces and then curling up and taking a nap for 6 months. I know that he has quite large ball pythons, large adult females, so they are easier to see. But I would be way too nervous to let Penny just hang out outside of his enclosure. Alright, I'm gonna let Pow finish up her muddy mango. I'm gonna switch back over to the crafting here. And as you can see, we have an early butt. She's decided to curl up right here. I am still slightly worried that she's going to knock over my drinks. My neurodivergence of drinks is right here. You can see all 3 tumblers. I have, of course, emotional support diabepsis. I have a Gatorade. And then I also finally cracked open my carton of Tazo chai tea concentrate. Because I had spicy ramen for dinner and I needed something milky to drink. It's very good. It is quite good. I didn't quite follow the directions. I watered it down with water instead of milk and then added just a touch of creamer. But it's really tasty. I just thought if I did like the amount of milk that it called for, that would just be too much dairy for me. It's actually close. Caramel waffle cookie creamer. So it's basically like Stroop waffle flavored creamer. It's the International Delight specialty flavor right now. It's very good. Very, very, very good. No, not in the ramen, in the chai tea. I didn't put any dairy in the spicy ramen. Yes, that does make much more sense. It's very yummy. Although, because my new food obsession is buldak ramen, which a lot of people recommend adding a little bit of cream or a little bit of cheese to it, which I think I'm going to do next time I have the carbonara, is add a little bit of cream and a little bit of cheese to just kind of round out some of the spiciness. But I'm not going to be adding the caramel waffle cookie creamer to it. So I want to try and get 6 rows of the black out of this little tiny ball. So I'm hoping, I think I'm going to be okay. I might be playing a little bit of chicken. If it's only like 5 rows, I think I can make do. But I really hope I can get 6 rows because then, you know, symmetry. And actually, the only reason that I have this small ball of Patton's Astra in the first place is because I was making an Afghan for my sister and my sister-in-law. And I was joining the squares with Black Amigo and ran out. So I needed some Patton's Astra to like step in at the last second. Yes, in Afghanistan. I don't know why Afghans are called Afghans. It's a blanket. I think Afghan is just one of those. It's like calling something a Chesterfield or a Davenport. It's just a little bit more old-fashioned, but because it's a crafting term, it's persisted longer than other terms. If you figure out why an Afghan is called an Afghan, please share with the class. I was considering putting the new cross-stitch project on the wheel rotation for this evening, or maybe for next week, but because I have to, it's a completely different setup for cross-stitch, like where I have the camera and where I have the mic and everything like that. I think if I'm doing a cross-stitch shutting down. If I'm doing a cross-stitch stream, I have to set it up as a cross-stitch stream. It can't be a multi-craft jewel. Like knitting and crochet, I could swap out on easy enough. When I do cross-stitch streams, my desk looks even crazier because I have one stand for the camera. Also, the person I'm making it for comes in the stream, watches videos occasionally. True. But, I mean, I'll probably tell them I'm making it because I'm bad at surprises. Anyway. My streaming, I have a stand here for the camera. I have a stand here for the microphone. And then I also would need a stand over there for the cross-stitch. So it's just like, I'm basically slowly turning into Doc Ock. I've got all my different arms. Huh. People seem to speculate that the crochet knit Afghan blankets came to be called that based on a resemblance to the colorful Afghan textiles. I'd believe it. was a I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Let's hydrate instead of whatever I was going to talk about. Emotional support, diabepsis. Yes, squirreled. Man, the squirrels are going to be so strong when if we play Palia after we play Yono, which I'm considering Palia, I'm considering a couple other games. The squirrels will be so strong. I was playing it the other day and I was all over the map. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to this person, and then like 20 minutes later, I'm in a completely different area of the world, like hunting or fishing, when I meant to be progressing the plot and bug catching or something. I actually did restart my Palia file. So when we do get back to it, it's going to be all new. We've gone backwards in all of our relationships, but there were so many updates to the game. Like, even little things, there's more forageables in the game. There's new NPCs, there's new dialogue, there's new quests. Like, I stopped playing for like 3 months and the game just exploded. I'm just so happy with how this is coming together. Like, I just want to push through and finish it, and then I can show it off. So I need to do, I think I figured about 12 stripes, and I'm just starting the 5th stripe now. So we'll see. It might be a quicker finish than I thought. Oh, a wheel spin from Moon. Thank you very much. Let us spin that wheel. Not me forgetting my ball of yarn was on the desk and completely yeeting it into the ether. Okay, let's pull up the wheel. What's it gonna be? Straya, Usagi, Usagi? I'm not sure. I no longer know what it is. But we're working on Usagi. It's right there. So this actually was out of rotation for quite a while, because I had a minor misgiving. U is pronounced U technically, so it would be Usagi. Okay, good to know. Usagi. The pattern is named after Sailor Moon, because it's based on her bed sheets, which I just love that detail. But this pattern fell out of rotation for quite a while because it was, I was worried that the recipient, who is Moon in chat, wouldn't be able to wear the mohair section against her skin. So a mutual friend and I collaborated to attack Moon with a swatch. And everything's good. So now I'm working on it again, which is great. Because I'm really enjoying this yarn. It's Drops Baby Merino. in this beautiful, the color is petrol, which is this lovely, like, kind of dusky blue. That's so pretty. And the yarn is 100% merino, which is quite a departure for me. I usually only use acrylics. You have had this watch on your desk. Do you just pet it every now and then because it's soft? Yeah. Yeah, cats love the woolliness. Oh, that reminds me. Moon mentioning a stim toy. Someone posted a fidget toy that they had knitted, and it's like the little pea pod design, and you put a marble in it, and then you can like squeeze the marble into the different segments of the pea pod. It looks really cool. I might try and get my hands on some small orbs so that I can make a couple, but they looked really neat. Yeah, I'm seeing more and more patterns for knitted and crochet fidget toys, which is great. It's a great idea. One thing is especially like fidget toys for, you know, younger people, and then also twiddle muffs and things like that for the elderly, just to give their hands something to do. And the twiddle muffs are like, it's a muff. I don't know if you know what that is. But it's like the round thing that you put your hands through. So like this, like they're very old fashioned. But they've got on the inside, they've got different textures and like bells and beads and different things to like fiddle with, basically. So things like that, or just blankets with a ton of different textures and different materials and patterns and things like that. So just like a little bit of extra stimulation. It's really cool, actually. I'm hydrating without being prompted. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Everyone should hydrate. So as you can see, I'm not super far along on this project so far. So this would be the bottom of the sweater, and then I've just done a few inches here. The sweater itself would have a lace detail on the front and back. That's what is in the pattern, but for Moon, I'm going to be doing a duplicate stitch colorwork detail. So I'm just doing straight stockinette for the body, which does make it quite a bit easier because at this point I don't need to be following a chart. I do for the sleeves, and I started a sleeve for when I need a little bit of a break from stockinette. So I do need to follow a pattern for the sleeves, which is why I didn't pull them out for stream, because it's a bit more of a thinky thing, especially because I haven't been working on them. So I'd have to figure out where I was in the pattern and then get back into the swing of the pattern, and it would just be, it's a lot. Also, I have one of the stitch markers that I made on here. It's a FNAF stitch marker. Don't know how well you can see that. Yeah. So this is my exotic beverage stitch marker. Because my Moon stitch marker is on a different project. Actually, no, I don't. My Moon stitch marker is a progress keeper, so it wouldn't work for this. because I need an actual stitch marker to go on the needle. That's why I used my exotic beverage. But this pattern is very pretty. It's going to have like a sheer panel at the top and lace details and color work, and it's just, I'm so excited to get it together for Moon and see her in it, because I think she'll be absolutely lovely. We're getting attacked over here. I'm just gonna see if How's gonna go for the camera or not, or if she's just gonna go under the camera. No, the camera may live. Okay. No Gajira moment there. But this is why I brought Straya back into the rotation, because I do have so this is just straight stockinette at the moment. The stripy sleeves is just straight stockinette at the moment. Field is just straight stockinette at the moment for another inch, and then I'll start doing decreases, but even then it's pretty much just straight stockinette. And then I was working on the Beautiful Day cardigan, which is also just straight stockinette, so I needed something to break it up. Unfortunately, when I was doing all the work on my me-made wardrobe project, which, again, video coming out soon, and check out the podcast for more details. But I realized that a lot of the things that I like to wear have miles and miles of stockinette in them. So we're dealing with it, because I'm going to create garments that are very wearable and very enjoyable. Oh, thank you, Toot, for throwing up the link to the YouTube again. But yes, a lot of the patterns that I really find interesting and very wearable are ones that have like a little bit of detailing around the shoulders, or the shoulders, or the collar, or the cuffs, like, but then just have very plain bodies or plain arms as contrast. We're just doing some close-up shots of Pow wandering around now. And that's okay. That just means more stockinette. I have considered practicing different techniques for my stockinette, just to mix it up a little bit, but when I just need to zone out and watch stupid stuff on YouTube, stockinette is great. So I'll keep working on Straya. I might bring back Nakraga. If you're in the Discord earlier, you might have seen I posted a link to 2 test knits that I've been eyeing, and one of them, the cardigan. Man. Hey, Titty, welcome in. I'm so glad you could drop by. We are doing a little bit of knitting and watching Pow wander around her enclosure. I'm actually just working on a sweater right now for Moon. So grab a drink. And hop on in. No worries, no worries. I'm so glad you could make it at all. I was definitely sleeping this afternoon as well. We had thunderstorms rolling through, and it was perfect napping time. The nap ended up being a lot longer. Oh no. One of those naps where you wake up and you're like, what century is it? Your pants are rolled up to your knees. Your shirt's like turned around backwards and one arm's out the neck hole, and yeah, one of those naps. Yeah, I think I slept from like just after 1 4 o'clock today. I woke up briefly at 3 just to like check in with Toot and be like, you need anything? Okay, night. It was like I was not awake at 3 when I checked in. I don't even think I actually asked if she needed anything. I think I just said I'm gonna go back to sleep now. The kind of nap that makes you question time itself. Yeah, exactly. Well, because we had a thunderstorm. So it was raining and thundering, so you had like the really nice like background white noise. And then also the temperature dropped from 14 degrees to -1 Celsius. So it got really cold, but like I was already under the covers and like all cozy. It was just it was prime napping. It's nice. You should try it sometime. We keep our bedroom like we keep our bedroom open. Our did I just say? Did we keep our bedroom open? We keep our bedroom window open all year round. So no matter how cold it gets, it's going to be really cold. Titty is in Florida. He basically sleeps in Satan's ass crack. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. I think because like if it gets too hot here, I can't sleep. And like too hot for me is like 20 degrees. So I don't think I could do it. I will stay. I do wish that I was somewhere where the weather was a little bit more moderate. And by moderate, I mean not wildly up and down. But I don't think I'd want to be somewhere where it was hot all the time or cold all the time. Give me somewhere where it's just cool all the time. Yeah, Toot tells me horror stories about Tennessee and Kentucky with no air conditioning. Stable 10 degrees sounds amazing. Like just cold enough that you can wear like a long sleeve, but not so cold that you need to bundle up. It would be perfect knitwear weather. Oh yeah? Alright, Titty, maybe I have to make you a sweater next. Gonna make Titty an all-over wool sweater in bulky weight yarn. Force him to wear it at noon in July. Oh no, I'm not that mean. I mean, I am that mean, but... 70 Fahrenheit or below is like shivering to you. What? Google machine, tell me. 70. That's so hot. That's 20 degrees. That's 21 degrees. No, that's like the warmest I ever want it to be ever. Any warmer than that is awful. had this argument in DMs more than once. No. I can see that. Not gonna lie, I can see that. So for Tiddy and anybody else who just joined in, we are spinning the random wheel of whips tonight. It might still be on cooldown, but if you do have channel points, you can use them to make me spin the random wheel, and whatever work in progress it lands on, I have to work on that. 2 more minutes. Oh no, Moon's counting. I have 4 whips within reaching distance. It's not my fault my daily is 26 degrees. Oh no. That does sound like Satan's ass crack. Let's be real honest. No, thank you. It's -1 here right now, I think. It was -1 when I woke up from my nap, and that was like nice. That was good. So that would be just below freezing. So like 30 degrees Fahrenheit. It's -4 now. Yeah, it is lovely. I have pictures from one of our vacations. It's the most freaking Canadian picture. But we went to visit my uncle in Calgary or Vancouver, one of the two. This was when I was quite young. We went up into the mountains and we went onto a glacier. Like actually like onto the glacier, like we were walking around on the ice. But my uncle was wearing shorts and flip-flops, walking around on the glacier. It's like pretty much the only thing I remember from going up into the mountains. I remember my uncle walking around in flip-flops on the glacier, and the fact that we had to wash you go in this little truck up the mountain, and they have to wash the wheels so that it doesn't track like dirt and salt and stuff up onto the glacier and help push it to melt faster. That's all I remember from that. If you ever go to Canada, we got to be cool with walking with an ice cube. Yeah, we're just gonna get you that that like neck fan that you put on around your neck and just constantly blows cold air into your face. You asked Harry if he would ever wear flip-flops and shorts on a glacier. Is that because he would never be on a glacier? He never worn flip-flops in his life. Oh, the flip-flops are the deal breaker. What about like socks and Birkenstocks? Or I think that would be a look for Harry. And the socks would keep him slightly warmer on the glacier. Oh, he doesn't know what Birkenstocks are. They're like dad sandals. What? Why do you not know what Birkenstocks are? They're dad sandals. Okay, let me see if I can find a picture. I did not think I would have to be here explaining what Birkenstocks were. I don't like the feel of Crocs. Okay, these are Birkenstocks. I don't know if I'm trying not to show feet on stream, but like this kind of sandal here. With like the straps and the cork bottoms. Okay. That's a Birkenstock. Like dad sandals. Do they call them slides now? Or are slides like they're like that plasticky croc material? I don't know. He's just saying angrily, this is just a sandal. Why call them Birkenstock? I think it's like that Kleenex, the thing where we call Kleenex, even though it's a facial tissue. I don't know. It's just they're Birkenstocks, man. Said Americans are obsessed with brands. I think because they're like such a specific style of sandal that used to be only exclusively from Hello Beans, from Birkenstock, that now that's just what they're called. Also, I missed a comment. Toot said something about lesbians. Oh, also big in the lesbian community. Yes. Maybe that's why I know what they were, because I used to be one. It's called fashion. Look it up. Although, speaking of like fashion choices and feet, some people in the knitting community have taken to wearing like the see-through plastic shoes, like Crocs and stuff, to show off their hand knit socks, which is cute, but also sounds just so sweaty. Like you're wearing wool socks inside plastic. Sentences you never thought you'd hear. I did used to be a lesbian. Now I don't know what I am. I would probably hate going to Latin America because often there's a dominating brand, and whatever that dominating brand is, that's what it's called. Every energy drink is Gatorade. That's interesting. It's kind of like the South. Every soda pop is Coke. Toot married. That's what I am. Yeah, I'm Toot being. Cryptid sexual? No. Toot sexual. There we go. I don't know. Ask the Southerner. But no, apparently when you go to the South and you'd be like, I would like a Coke. And they'd be like, what kind of Coke? And you'd say Sprite. Oh, it's made in Atlanta. I see. Yeah, it's so funny because a lot of people know the soda versus pop for that for that dichotomy, but I think unless you know a Southerner well, then you don't realize that there is soda, pop, and Coke. If you want Coke, you call it Coca-Cola. Yep. A Coca-Cola is what Toot has called it in the past. Titty, do you know about peanuts and Coke? Or peanuts and RC Cola specifically? Because this is a thing that I thought was a joke. Because if you know Toot, you know that they are not above trolling me. And I went to visit the South and was told that pouring peanuts into a bottle of Coke was a thing that people did. And I was like, no, it's not. You're trolling me. Free peanuts when you buy a burger at Five Guys is awesome. I love Five Guys. But yeah, that pouring peanuts into a bottle of Coke and just like having that as a snack was a thing. And I was like, no, it's not. That's not a thing. You're trolling me. And everyone around us was like, no, it's a thing. And I'm like, no, you're just backing up the troll. I had to look it up on Wikipedia before I would do it, but it is a thing. Gigi, Penny, Jenny, Sandy, and Opie. So I had one of those like little the snack packs of peanuts, salted peanuts, and I poured it into my bottle of Coke, and then I shook it up, and then I drank it. And it was surprisingly good. It was surprisingly good because you got like, it had that sweet and salty vibe. Well, I didn't shake it. I just like mixed it up a little bit. It had that sweet and salty vibe. And then like a little bit of a crunch when you got to the peanuts. But yeah, apparently it's a thing in the South, and I did not believe. I was not a believer. I was sure I was being trolled. Also, Bella is here. Bella. Craving it right now. Yeah, we can make that happen. Yeah, I know Florida's like this odd isthmus, where it's further south than the South, but it isn't the South. Is Texas the South? Or is Texas also its own thing? I don't know what that honey means. North. Okay, Texas is the South. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if it was like the South or if it was just like there's the South and then there's Texas. Weren't we watching, we were listening to a podcast or something, and they were trying to determine if like Oklahoma was the South. I think it was Oklahoma. And in order to determine that, they called a random diner, and if they had grits on the menu, they were the South. Yeah, that's the same as Ontario. From where we are, it would take us about 14 hours to get to Manitoba, I think. Which is the next province over. Ontario also large. Melon. A cat summons? Oh, heck. Alright, if you haven't been here before, a cat summons is when I shake a bag of treats and many cats appear. Look, it worked already. So we've got our treats. Alright. Bella, there you go. Binks, you have to come over on camera. Binks. There you go. No. Bella! Let Binks have her treats. Oh my god. Okay. Just hoover that. That's fine. Bella, you can't have all of the treats. No, I'm hiding these from you. Here. You can have that one. Pico. Pico, you have to come up here. Pico. Early's currently behind me, and Pico is below me. Trying to get Pico on the camera. There you go. A very rare Pico sighting on the desk. Here you go, Pico. Here you go, Pico. This is Pico. She doesn't come up on the desk a whole lot. But she likes food. Here you go. It's for Pico. Here. Can you look up the camera? That almost worked. You go. Alright, a couple more treats and then we're done. Thank you for the hydrate, Titty. Oh, thank you for the kisses as well, Titty. Pico says thank you. This is Pico. She's an orange tabby. I know they're a little bit rare because they are genetic freaks. That's my good. You can't. My finger is not made of treats, baby. Just gonna hydrate. Got my Gatorade. Okay. We're done. I know my finger does about. She actually bit my finger. It was very cute. Not like a chomp chomp, but like a beep. Bella, there's no more treats. Here's a cutie babooch. Here's a cutie babooch. Bella's still looking for treats over here. You can't see her. She's just off camera. Bella, hi. You want to come over here? Yes, this clicking noise is definitely treats and not my stitch marker hitting the desk. This yarn, I don't know if you can tell, but it's supposed to be a DK weight, but it is so thin and fine. It's going to plump up a lot when I wash it, so I'm not super worried about it. But it's so thin while I'm working on it that I often like miss my stitch and just end up slipping one instead. And then I have to go back and like I just did it. I have to go back and like redo what I did. I could probably do with some pointier needles. I don't generally like super pointy needles because I'm a pusher. Which just means like, let's see if I can get a little bit closer. So when I knit, I go through the stitch, around the stitch, and then I push the needle with either the tip of my finger or the side of my finger, but I push them like that. So if I have pointier needles, I can end up with some pretty nasty calluses. And the pointier the needle, I can also stab myself. So I tend to use blunter needles like these KPs. But when you're working with finer yarn, sometimes you need a sharper needle. Bella acting like she has not eaten in a century every time there's food is your favorite. Yeah. Yeah, she was feral for the first few months of her life. And when we first got her, she would eat with her foot in the food bowl so that nobody else would steal it from her. And she's very demanding and territorial when it comes to food. She's always been like skinny, but like obviously we feed her tons. But she's starting to develop like a belly. It's so cute because she'll be screaming for food and she'll come running over to you. And she's just got this round little belly going foom, 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 foom. It's adorable. Because it's not like the rest of her is chunked out. It's just her tummy. And then this one over here, Binks. She enables. I have caught, because we have a food tree for them, which it's one of those like puzzle trees that tries to slow down how fast they eat. So you put the food in the top, and then they actually have to like dig out the food instead of just sticking their face in a bowl and hoovering. We have caught Binks doing the work of digging out the food, like bringing the food down all the levels of the tree until it drops into the feeding tray, and then backing up a step and letting Bella eat the food before going and getting more food for Bella. So Binks is an enabler. She's a good girl. Leader of the colony, making the baby do the work. Well, I mean, Binks has to pay her back for all those baths somehow. Because, you know, bathing the kitten is hard work. And Bella can't be expected to get all of her own food for the bath. Bella is definitely the leader of the colony. Yes, occasionally Binks does get to sit in the warm cozy. So we have a bookcase. Thank you for the hydrate, Titty. Everybody else hydrate with me. So there is a bookcase over on that side of the living room, that way, next to Toot's desk, that has 2 cat beds sitting on top of it. And the one that wins is the one you feed. No, one cat bed has a heating pad under it, and one cat bed doesn't. Both of these beds are Bella's. Nobody else is allowed up there, except Binks, every now and then. Bella owns both beds. Sometimes she will sleep in both beds at the same time. But she spends most of her day up there, and she'll stay in the warm bed until she gets too warm, and then she'll go to the other bed. And then when she starts getting cold, she'll go back to the warm bed. And every now and then we'll catch Binks up there, but it's like every now and then. Literally buying that privilege, yes. Here's some food, Bella. Can I come up to the comfy warms? Thank you, Bella. Please do not smack me. Gigi tried again yesterday to groom Bella. Like, he got very close. He was like, his face was right by kind of like her butt. Not like in her butt, but like the back end of her. And he had his tongue sticking out, and it almost touched her, and she turned around and slapped him. It was so funny. Because Gigi is not the leader of the colony. Gigi is not even the second in command of the colony. Gigi is down there with Binks. But he really wishes he was the leader of the colony, so he keeps trying to assert dominance by grooming Bella and Pico. He has never successfully groomed them. They always just smack him. It's so funny. Because he's trying so hard. Like, he'll creep up on them and he'll like do a little sniff, and then he'll like stick his tongue out and get super close, and then no. Just smack. Know your place, Gigi. Yeah, then he comes and cries to Toot about it. Mother, why? Mother, I am a man. Mother, make them appreciate me. He was the star of the show on the podcast, though, so it's his channel now. He's such a ham. Like, the way that he... like, I did not... Gigi actually is Ken, yeah. I didn't, like, stage it or cut in any other footage, but the way that I was like, this is Gigi, and then he stopped and posed for, like, a solid 2 minutes before running away. Like, yes, hello, I am Gigi. This is my podcast now. The store. I'm surprised he hasn't come to harass me yet. He was sitting on my desk right before stream. Oh heck. Stop it. Why are you doing the thing? If I close it. No. Stop it. Sorry for the badooms. I just got a new phone. And I apparently hadn't set it up so the notifications don't go badoom constantly. But yes, if you guys are interested in checking out the podcast, it's the most recent video on the YouTube. It's the Cozy Cast episode 1. I am going to be hoping to do one every couple of weeks with some other content in between. I talked about doing project vlogs and just some like extra planning stuff that doesn't quite fit into the podcast. Or it's about 50 minutes long. Just lots of knitting content. You will get the entire rundown on my current health situation, which is not going to be a constant feature, but just first episode I had to let you guys know where I'm at. So yeah, if you want to hop over to the YouTube, I really super would appreciate you taking a look and letting me know what you think, and especially letting me know what you want to see. I watch a lot of knitting content on YouTube, so I kind of know what I like to watch, and that's going to be like what I want to focus on. But also, if I gloss over something, if you're curious about something, if there's like a project that I mentioned that you want more details on, I always want to know that kind of stuff. You can let me know either during one of these Twitch streams or in the Discord or on a comment on a YouTube video. Just if there's something you're curious about, you have a question, any of my whips that you just want to see more or get more details about, you can for sure let me know, and I'm happy to oblige. If you have questions about any of our animals, there's always the command in chat, the exclamation point critter, to just let you know who's on the critter cam. But you can always ask more questions about any one of our animals, their care, anything about their species. I like talking about topics that I know a lot about. It's good. And there will be more animal footage on the YouTube channel because our babies are adorable and I love them. I think I'm going to maybe set up a camera in Jenny's enclosure because the boy has been going nuts. Yes, Moon, what is your question? What species is Toot? Toot is a cryptid. It's as close as I can get. No one is quite sure. No one's been able to capture them on film long enough to be certain. If anyone out there does know if there is existing footage of Toot, please let me know because that's a better answer. You don't need to know. Don't worry about it. Alright guys, well we've been going for a couple of hours now, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm so glad you guys were able to join us. So I am gonna leave it on the mystery of what species of cryptid Toot is. But we're so glad that you guys could join us for stream today, especially at this new different time. I hope that worked out a little bit better for you guys. Toot is going to throw up a ton of links right now, different ways that you can support the stream, different places you can find us online. The best way to keep up with what's going on in the community, when I'm doing streams, that kind of thing, is to join the Discord community. There will be announcements, there's gaming chat, crafting chat. If you have questions about a project you're working on, you need some feedback or advice, we're there for you. If you want a little bit of daily sunshine, we're there for you. And if you want to swap animal pictures, we are absolutely there for you in the Discord. Next stream is going to be Friday. We're going to try the 6:30 p.m. time again. I hope that worked for some people, that you were able to hop on and hang out. So Friday, 6:30 p.m. going to be Yono and the Celestial Elephants, which is a really, really cute puzzle platformer that we've been playing through. So we're going to be going into the Sunder Garden, which is the the realm of the bone whites. It's going to be creepy. It's going to be cute. There's going to be lots of smashing of skulls. It's going to be so nice. And yes, absolutely check out our friend Moon, who is a fellow streamer here, makes FPS games seem cozy and inviting. Moon is going to be live tomorrow for Lethal Company at 8:30 p.m., I believe. Over on her channel at Moonphase, so definitely go hang out with her tomorrow. I will be there. Toot will be there. Toot the Eldritch Being. So let's see if there's someone else live right now that we can raid out to. Because I don't usually raid on a Wednesday. All right, so let's go hang out with. Yeah, we're gonna do some top surgeries for which is when we get our almighty titties removed in Lethal Company. Hi, Bella. This is her sweater now. Bella, you're making the autofocus go nuts. All right, so we are actually going to raid out to another Maker and Crafter special bunny. Let's see what they are working on today. Looks like a little bit of knitting. Possibly knitting, crochet, not sure. Looks like knitting with Cookie. I love Cookie. That looks great. Okay, so we're going to go hang out with Bunny. I'm going to start the raid. I will see you guys. As always, we'll see you on Friday for Yono. We will see you in the Discord, and I will see you in my heart. All right. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good night, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Just like really nice.
Oh, something just happened. The Cozy DH, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness, I'm like being weirdo right now. I'm trying to look up my knitting needles that I've purchased. Hand winding sucks. They don't swell swifts. Oh, I missed so much. They don't swell swifts and I've been wanting to get one too. Ooh,